Hi guys, this is the Forgetful Scholar, and today we're doing another Sims 4 shell challenge, and we're doing LilSimsie's chicken shell challenge. And I can see it; it looks like a chicken to me. I get it. I get why she called it that. So, I turned it into the haunted woodcutter's cabin because I know it's the summer, and where I live, it's been like 2, 3 weeks of 100-degree weather, but I am craving spooky time so badly. I don't know if it's because I've been watching a lot of Halloween shopping vlogs that are coming out right now, um, which are fun, but the places in my area aren't putting out Halloween yet. So, yeah, I'm trying to live vicariously through The Sims 4. Don't we all, though? So this was my idea. So the concept basically, and yes, the roof. Well, the roof gave me such. I was so stressed, and it came out shitty. But like I tried my best. So let's just collectively ignore how horrible the roof is, shall we? I appreciate it. Great. Okay. So my idea, like the story I thought up of this build, was basically this is a small town like any other, and like any other, yeah, there's some people that are a little strange. The woodcutter and their family have always been a little odd. Quiet, good neighbors, kept to themselves, but always something a little off about them. And then one day, the townsfolk just started disappearing, one by one, and no one could find them, and no one could get why they were disappearing. Until one stormy winter night, the odd woodcutter and their family disappeared, leaving everything in their house as it was. Funny enough, after the woodcutter's family disappeared, the townsfolk in the village stopped disappearing themselves. But that's just a coincidence, right? Right? So that was kind of the story I thought up in my head when I was creating this. Um, so I tried to make the furniture look a little older style, a little worn. Um, and as you see, I put down the bed and the dresser and stuff like that before I actually close off the room. Just because I find with different shape houses like that, it's just easier for me to actually make a room functional, especially if I'm not doing an open concept. And usually I like open concepts, what can I say? I'm American. But this one I wanted it to feel a little bit more closed off. I didn't want the living room and the dining room and kitchen to be in the same area. I wanted it to feel a little more old-fashioned, a little more tightly packed. And yes, I love the werewolf pack stuff. Isn't it just great? I love the worn out furniture, the griminess of everything. Anyway, and when I'm going through this, sometimes the room shape isn't like there's not enough room in it, or I want to put the wall where a window is, so I changed where the window is. Part of me didn't want to because it was so perfectly centered in the back, but I was like, I need to close off the room, you know. And I do believe I made this a haunted lot, off the grid. No, I didn't make it off the grid. I wanted to make off the grid, but I forgot. But most of the stuff I put down, like the stove and things like that, I think they're off the grid, so you'll be able to use them. So yeah, I'm using the spooky pack table because I love how frayed the cloth is. I wish we had more swatches for it because it'll be great, you know what I mean? If it was a little bit more dingy or a little bit more frayed and things like that. And when I'm going through the decorations, if I find something I think I could use later, I'll put it to the side. But I did want this like candlelight kind of lighting, and all the plants that I put out, I try to pick plants that looked like they're actually dried up and died, because my idea was that this house has been abandoned for a long time and the village just kind of leaves it alone. And since it's an abandoned building, yet there's no graffiti or anything like that, because even like the local quote unquote hooligans don't want to go in this place. I wanted it to be like really freaky, like really spooky, freaky. So I tried to do a closed sitting room, and then I was thinking like, oh, like there's no way for me to put the living room there for it to be weird. And this is an awkward shell. Of course, it's an awkward shell. You know, little Simsy, she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean? So this was awkward shell. So I made the living room really, really itty bitty, but it's functional. Everything in here is functional. And of course, I had to put the wood carver's bench out there because, I mean, the whole point is the woodcutter's cabin. You know what I mean? So as you can see, I put things on the side that I think I'm going to use later, and I tried to use the same kind of chairs everywhere. The only thing this is missing, I believe, is a computer, and that was done on purpose because, I mean, this is an old-timey cabin. At least it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a cabin that's been abandoned for a long time, so I didn't want to put a computer in. And I will say that going through the debug, even though Twisted Maxie's debug organizer is like amazing and I'm obsessed and I just can't play without it. There is still so much debug to go through when you're looking for just one tiny item. And I wanted the house to feel like they literally just vanished. Like they were in the middle of something, in the middle of a meal. So you'll see like later on, I do put used dishes and used cups everywhere because I wanted it to feel like, you know, wow, what the hell happened? They just snap your fingers, they're gone. You know, I wanted that kind of feel to it. So here, this took forever to kind of find, and then later you'll see it took me forever to go through the debug to find sort of like a teacup, and I couldn't find one. I had to use coffee cups, but I wanted like right there in the center of the room, sort of like an abandoned tea party setup with dolls. And so my idea was that you don't know if the kid, the woodcutter's child, set this up and then left in the middle of play, or maybe, you know, the dolls did it themselves. You don't know, you know? I wanted it to be a little freaky. Because like I said, I am definitely missing spooky season and spooky time. I can't help it. Fall is my favorite. I know a lot of people are like, say that Halloween is their favorite holiday. I can't help it. You know, it's always been my parents' favorite holiday. I have good memories of even my parents being goofy during Halloween. So, you know, what can I say? It's genetic. I'm trying to be a little bit better about narrating. I'm probably doing a really bad job. I'm sorry about it. I try my best. It's funny though, because in real life, I can talk. Like I'm always yapping my gums. But the moment I turn this on to record what I'm going to say, like my brain goes blank and I have no idea what I'm saying. I don't know what to say. I'm like, it's reminds me of high school when you had to do those presentations. And like you weren't prepared, because I was never prepared for those. I just winged it. I mean, yeah, I just winged it because I was a lazy ass. So anyway, like I never know what to say. See here, I wanted it because like picture like a cabin, wood, right? And woodcutter's cabin, maybe it's wood, but I just don't know. Those great windows from the werewolf pack just didn't match for me a wood cabin, and I really wanted those open, broken windows. So I decided to make it stone. I think it looks okay. I wish we had some broken windows in the wood, like that were just made out of wood. But you know what? The fact that we got broken windows at all is pretty amazing, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to bitch about it. It's great. So, yeah, I'm just going through debug and just putting little touches here and there. I think this took me a long time to find that stack of wood that you put outside. I think it was with the Get to Work pack. There we go. It took me forever to find that. Because again, the more packs you have, the harder it is to find things. Even with the Twisted Maxie debug mod, which is amazing. And of course, I had to do something with the round walls. And I really wanted to put that witch's cauldron in there. And, you know, you can't change the walls of a shell challenge. So So I figured I'll just make an outside existing structure, like a little hut in the back, so I could put the cauldron in and maybe make the mystery a little bit more. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun kind of putting this together, and every time I do a build like this, I tend to make up a story about the family that lives in there in my head. Hopefully it's not a horrible story. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Sometimes it's fun to be a little spooky, you know? Oh, it took me forever to find the seance ball. Forever. You guys don't see it, but I actually cut out about 5 minutes of me looking everywhere for it. I was like, I don't need to see it. Let me cut that out. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because I don't know. For some reason, I have to be better about like putting up, search categories or just use this pack to search here and things like that, because I honestly kind of forget all about it. And I know I didn't do the floor in the witch's hut. I kind of did that on purpose. I kind of imagined that the woodcutter just put this up, or maybe the woodcutter's wife or husband, they just put this up on the ground between the trees and everything like that. So I just pictured very like a stone kind of structure. I don't know. That's what I thought about it then, putting the skeletons up and the chains, and now putting up all the cracks and stuff like that, because it is an old house. I do put trash and all that stuff like that, and don't mind the CC Wicked Whim stuff. What I do in my own time with my game is my business. So right now I'm just looking for, old timey looking pictures, maybe things that are be like, that's a little weird just for like a quaint little family to have. I'm just dirtying it up right now. I did not go as overboard this time as I did with the old abandoned factory I did like a month ago. That I think I went a little nuts with the trash. And I put a clothesline up there. Again, no washing machine, because I wanted to have like an old time feel, like this really is a cabin from like 1800s, 1700s, just like very old fashioned. I did love the idea that there is no graffiti on it, so it's like even the punks in the neighborhood are too freaked out by this house to mess it up, even if it is like a completely abandoned structure and they could use it for like, teenage idiot stuff. And I say this as someone who was a teenage idiot. Of course I put a pond in there. I mean, who isn't obsessed with the pond tool still? Like I am. I put alligator in there. I just had a lot of fun. I did put it on the gallery, and I'm gonna put my gallery name on it in the video, so if you wanted to download it, it's playing it. It's completely playable. I think I put a lot of the lot challenges on, but of course in your own game you could take those off, not take those off, whatever you want. So my gallery name is Dragonfire6693, and this is called the Haunted Woodcutter's Cabin. And let me guys know if you liked me trying to narrate this during the whole thing, even though I'm horrible at it, which is ridiculous, because in real life people can't shut me up. But I get on here, I get like stage fright or something. I don't know. So I hope you guys like it. Don't want to, but it's time for me to get back to the real world. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.